Two coyote night the other night. Deer season winding down. I'm hearing more coyotes after hunting. I'm seeing more coyotes on the trail cams, and my landowners starting to tell me where the coyotes are. So late December, I'm out there, and I'm really looking forward to January, February, March. That's whenever I really get out there on the coyotes and, man, get a lot of back and forth calling. But right now, it's still going to be on prey, in my opinion. And I'm on some fresh sets. And what I mean by fresh sets is haven't called to them since before September, before deer season. New coyotes in the area. Haven't heard my call, so it's just a fresh area. I can go in there and I can really try anything I want to try right now because I haven't been there in a while. Head down to one spot early. They're very vocal. I see two, but I can't take a shot at them. Drive down to my next spot where the farmer said he's been seeing some, and it's raining about 10:30. Set my alarm for midnight. Lay down in a Nissan, and midnight comes. The alarm goes off. Rain is done, so now I'm going to go out there and I'm going to hit those fields. A couple things I noticed down there. We're going to talk about. The first field I go to is about as bare as this tabletop. The cows have been in there before. Really ate it down. Really tracked it down in the mud. So you're in an area, I'm looking at DNR land. A lot of DNR land with a lot of coyotes on it. I got to call them out into this bare field. I'm in a woodlot right behind me, but back behind me down the hill is going to be another field down to my right. Wind is going to be from my left, where I came from, kind of hard to my shoulder to the right going into that woodlot. And it's a fresh set, like I said. Haven't called there in a while. Very bare ground. Keep that in mind for these two hunts. Get out there and I go right into coyote whines, maybe coyote whimpers. One of the two, right off the bat, I want to do it about 5 volume. I want to see if there's anything close. Boom, within 10 seconds, man, with my scanner, I catch a coyote cross that field really quickly. Doesn't come up to the call. I could see down there about 500-600 yards downwind, and I thought they were going to come up to the call downwind. It heads into that woodlot behind me. Sometimes they like to slide behind me, backdoor that, come up that hill and look at that calling. 15 minutes I'm looking behind me down for that call. Nothing. Now I'm going to get a little more aggressive because of the lack of vegetation. Now I go into Predator Tactics Amy Interrogation Howl. Wait a minute. Predator Tactics Ace Interrogation Howl. I went female interrogation howl, male interrogation howl. Waited about 2 minutes, no answer. I go to MFK Coyote Duet. Boom, turn to my left, and you're going to go to the video real quick. I got a female trotting across that field right toward me. May have been that one that crossed earlier. Comes across there pretty quickly until it gets behind a big oak. And I got to wait there a while. Comes out to the left of me. I'm going to have to take a shot pretty quickly because the wind direction is going down that way. Comes to the right. I have all day until it stops. That coyote comes down to the right. I'm aiming a little bit low because of that about 20 to 30 foot drop. In that woodlot, it drops down. There's a blow down there. And I aim a little bit low. Bam. Bear Creek Arsenal 7.62 by 39. I hit that coyote, drop it right there by that blow down that hill. Good first kill for the night. I'm probably only maybe 30 minutes in to the night hunting at that area. Slide down in there and I could see that whole field. Because that whole field has no vegetation in it, man, I could see way out there. Don't see anything more. Take some pictures. Get rid of that coyote. And now I'm going to locate. I'm going to try and throw a howl out there to locate. I put out Po' Boy. One howl's back past the truck where I parked. Get everything together. Go back out there. Now we have a different situation out there. Got a big, huge field, 1,000 yards wide, divided by a electric fence. The cows are on the left side right now. This farmer rotates his fields very well. What you have is a little bit more vegetation in that left field. That's where they're at now, but I don't know how long they've been in there. How long have they been in there trampling it down? You do got the cattle in there, the manure. They're going to be able to go in there. Coyotes are going to go in there and hunt or go in there and eat. Then you got this field to the right. The right half of that field is the next field that those cattle will be in. That's the higher vegetation. I want you to pay attention to this kill in the thermal because this tells me a lot whenever I'm hunting. I look up toward the cattle and you're going to see the video. You see the cattle and you're going to see that one heat signature in that field to the right. They're lined up perfectly, so I got to make a move down to the left, slide up the ditch and come up on top and shoot toward my hunting lease and not shoot toward those cattle. So as I move up that way, I'm taking those cattle out of the way. The cattle are going to be to my left. I'm going to have that whole field to the right, half of that field, the hunt to the right. I slide up over there. That coyote's making its way out, heading toward our lease. Is going to be in the woods soon. So I'm going to get about a 120-yard shot with the 7.62. And I set up. I feel confident with the shot, and I want you to take a look at this whenever I take this shot. Look at the birds that fly out in the field of view whenever I take that shot. You're going to see in the thermal, birds take off and fly everywhere. That's why that coyote is in that field. That's why it's in there a lot longer. They spend a lot more time in that field than they would in that flat, totally flat field where I'd see maybe one rabbit out in that totally flat field on the edge. This field that I'm taking this second coyote on is loaded with prey. That's where they're at. That's where they're going to come. That's where they're going to spend more time. So when I'm in a bare field like that, back at my first field, I'm calling and then I'm getting out of there. I'm being aggressive. Second field, I'm going to spend more time there. I think more coyotes are going to be in that area. So every time I go down there, that's what I'm looking for. Where are the cattle at? Where's the next field they're going to be at? Where's the field they were at before that's really trampled down and it has less vegetation? I'm going to rotate like that all the time. Every time I go down to that property, the situation is different. Where I'm calling is different. The way I go after the coyotes are different. January, February, March is going to be totally different. I'm going to be concentrating on female calls, mating calls, fighting calls. That's going to come into play January, February, March. Now we're still in late December. We're looking at prey. Where's the food? That's where I'm going. Wherever the food is in this cold weather, we're going to hit. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and watching. We had a great year here. We're going to finish up strong. We're going to head into that coyote breeding season in January, February, March, and we're going to start laying them down here and put up the great numbers we always do. Stay tuned.